Okay, directly proportional graphs. Okay, directly proportional graphs are always a straight line through the origin. So you know one quantity is directly proportional to the other if when you graph them you get a straight point that goes through a straight line graph that goes through the origin. For example, a worker receives 10 euros per hour and works for 5 hours, right? Okay, so hold off on that sentence there 1 minute, right? So if I just say a guy is working for the number of hours worked across the bottom on the x-axis, okay, so if he works no hours he gets no money, okay, so that's 0 0. If he works 1 hour he gets 10 euros. If he works 2 hours he gets 20 euros. If he works 3 hours he gets 30 euros, 40 euros, and 5 hours 50 euros. Okay, so you can see that that's a straight line through the origin, right? Okay, so it goes through the origin is 0 0, so it's a straight line through the origin. So what we can say is the hours worked is directly proportional to pay, right? So directly proportional means as one quantity goes up the other one goes up, right? Okay, and they both go up in proportion, and if it goes through the origin we say it's directly proportional. If the graph does not go through the origin, right, we just say, but it still gives us a straight line, we call it a proportional graph. For example, a proportional graph is a straight line which does not pass through the origin. Okay, so for example, if we had an electricity bill, right, okay, and you're charged 20 euros standing charge, as in no matter whether you use any electricity or not, right, you must pay 20 euros, right? And then as the number of units you use goes up, so does your bill. Okay, so this is a proportional graph where the charge or your cost of your bill is proportional to the numbers of units used. It is not directly proportional because it is not directly proportional because it does not go through the origin. Okay, so that's it for directly proportional graphs. We're just going to look at one example in the book. So I'm going to look here at question 4. Okay, so question 4 there. A television repair charges depend on the length of time taken for the repair, right? As shown on the graph. Okay, so across here is the charge, how much is going to cost you up in the y-axis. The time they spend repairing it is on this axis, right? Looking first, we can see it's not directly proportional, but it is proportional. How do you know it's not directly proportional? It doesn't go through 0 0. How do you know it is proportional? It's a straight line. Okay, so what charge is for a repair that took 60 minutes? So what we need to do is find 60 minutes, right? Okay, so 60 minutes is on the x-axis. Here is 60 minutes. You draw a line up until you hit the graph, hit the line, right? You draw a line across and you read off the answer. Okay, so when you read off the answer there, that would be 70 euros. So that would take 70 euros. That would cost 70 euros. Okay, the next one is, what is the charge for a repair that took 30 minutes? So we go to 30 minutes. The minutes are on the x-axis again, so we go to 30. We draw a line up. We draw a line across at where it hits the graph there. I've gone a little bit above it. Right, okay. Draw a line across and it's about 55 euros. Now your answers are whatever the graph says. So your graph and my graph might be slightly different, but whatever your graph says is the right answer. If the charge was 80 euros, how long did the repairs take? So this time they're telling us the charge. So I'm finding the charge on the y-axis. So I go to 80 on the y-axis, go across to hit the graph, draw a line down. Okay, and I can see it was 75 minutes it took. So 75 minutes. Right, okay, and then the last one, if the charge was 60 euros, how long did the repair take. So again, I'm on the y-axis for 60 euros, so I go to 60 euros, draw a line across, draw a line down, and read off the answer. Okay, so my graph says about 39 minutes. Okay, right, so about 39 minutes is what my graph says. Okay, and then finally the standing charge is the basic charge before the time charge is added. What is the standing charge? So basically the standing charge is what you get charged even if they don't do any work for any minutes. Okay, and that is 40 euros here. You can see this, that even if they did no minutes, they have to charge 40 euros. Okay, that's the end of proportional graphs.